Well, there you have it, Sydney, and don't you feel proud? That's the site for the 1998 Royal Easter Show and, of course, the venue for the 2000 Olympic Games. And wow, haven't you loved it? You've turned out in your thousands. Record crowds coming through the gates despite Sydney's inclement weather. In fact, we've had more rain here in the last few days than we've had right throughout this entire year. Welcome to the venue this time for the Weet-Bix World Series Strongman Challenge. We've got competitors from 9 different countries, including Iceland, Sweden, South Africa, the United Kingdom. The best of the best are here to do battle with a display of muscle that you're only going to see right here at the Royal Easter Show. Joining me this time round for the Huff and Puff is Kim Watkins. You're in for an experience. I'm
really looking forward to this. I've got to say, those guys absolutely take your breath away, though. They're so big. It has been a little bit inclement over the last couple of days, but the sun's out at the moment, so we're hopeful. It is a little wet underfoot, but hopefully things will go well. Can you believe the size of these fellas? They are enormous. One of the guys had just taken his shirt off there, and I completely lost the plot. I forgot what I was talking about. They are enormous. Let's introduce you to some of the stars. Well, this is Magnus Samuelsson. He is 28 years of age, the big Swede. He's actually 10 kilos heavier than he was last year, and he's a bit of a crowd favourite. He keeps whipping his shirt off, so he's getting lots and lots of screams. Jamie Reeves from England, he was a star last year. The Pom with attitude, they call him. He's just come out of his winter training schedule, and he is looking mean and he's looking strong. Philippi from the USA, he's the former gridiron player, and when you look at his body, you can see it. He's huge, but he's very quiet, so he might be sneaking up on them, I get the idea. And then there's Grant Edwards from Australia. He's the federal police officer, and he is absolutely amazing. He's so much heavier than he was last year, but of course the other 6 competitors are no slouches either. Well, we've certainly got some great competitors. Over the next hour you'll see many disciplines, tests of strength. First up though, the traditional Bundanoon stones. What's involved with that, Kim? Thanks, Daz. Well, the Bundanoon stones is a true test of strength and agility. What the guys have got to do, there are 5 of these massive big sandstones. I mean, they're hard just to even roll around, let alone lift. This one's 100 kilos. They've got to lift it, whack it on top of the keg, and then sprint for the next one. This next stone is 110 kilos. Then it goes to 120. Then it jumps 20 kilos to 140, and finally ends at 150 kilos. It's really hard work.
Yes! Yes! He knows, Derek Boy, how hard it's going to be. Kim Watkins sideline for us, ready for a start. The big Fijian now lives in Australia. First one, 100 kilos. Here he goes. Moves well across the ground. Up it goes. Oh, no trouble. Easy.
Oh, look, he's new to this event. He's never done it before. He's going off.
110 he's gone now. This is 120 again he goes. Look at the distance across the ground. Yes, yes. Struggling a bit. Gets it up. Now, can he do it? Can he do it? Look at the Fijian. Oh, look at the strain, the pain. Can't do it. He won't lift it. Pulls off the arm guard. Still can't do it. 150 sees him out. Well, a valiant effort, but couldn't do it.
Ready?
David Huxley from Australia ready. David Huxley loves this event, traditional as it may be, carrying a leg injury, looking good so far.
Now they're taping their arms up, Daz. It gives them a bit of grip on the ball.
Yeah, a lot of wet conditions throughout Sydney throughout the week. Very soft underfoot, as you can see, and the stones getting slippery. Look at Huxley. Look at him huff and puff. The big man from Australia. Remember, he pulled the jumbo jet. Now he's trying to lift a stone. 150, 150 twice. Struggling. Look at the size of the chest on him. Can he get it up there? 150, try and crowd urges him on. Yes. Done it. Well, David Huxley.
Set.
Jamie Reeves with a time to beat a 36-1.
Now he's got to keep his hands dry here. He said that's the trick.
Jamie Reeves, very experienced, just threw it up. The world's former #1, and again comes off the belly.
Too easy. He's just nailing it.
Jamie Reeves chasing 36-1. The Englishman, great crowd favourite, struggles. Yes! Oh, look at that! And he knows he's done well. Oh, acknowledges the crowd, Jamie Reeves.
Set.
Magnus Samuelsson now chasing 26-1, the Englishman's time.
And you can see how much quicker he is in between these kegs.
This man's a real athlete. Size, big, tall, strong, plenty tough. Up he goes, struggles a bit. That's cost him some time now. Gets it up the top though. The Swede. Oh, No, he's dropped it. He's dropped it. Can he do it? I don't think he can. 26-1. 26-1 tries to get some grip. He's gone. He's gone. Can't get it. Now he gets it. Now he gets it. Oh, it cost him dearly. Whoa. Set. Mark Philippi still chasing that 26-1 set by Jamie Reeves. This man short, built close to the ground, but look at the arms. Look at the legs.
He's huge, isn't he? He's so thick in the chest.
He's the strength coach at the Nevada University, just outside of Las Vegas now. I think he might do this. He's taking his time. Has a good look. Psychs up the yank. Here he goes. Yes, yes. Still not there. Still not there. He's not going to make the time. Now he does it. Now he does it. Maybe his height got past him then. Set. Grant Edwards chasing 26-1. Australia's strongest man. Pull the locomotive. Sounds easy compared to this. These stones very difficult. Good time so far.
That's right. He's had chalk on his hands. He's been getting them nice and grippy.
Federal policeman, here he goes from Australia, chasing 26-1. Oh, look at the time! Look at the time, Grant Edwards, he's done it! He's done it! He's on fire! Oh, Grant Edwards from Australia with a great time.
Oh, how are you going? Your ankle looks a bit sore.
A couple of little pops in there, Kim. I don't know what that was. I'll go and get it checked out.
Oh, but that was amazing. You just threw them up.
Yeah, I was hoping to get a little bit faster, but as you can see, you get all stuff on your hands, you tend to lose a little bit of grip, but happy to get them up. I'm glad just to get them done.
You're on fire there. You wanted that one, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, it's one of my favourite ones. I hope I can last out.
Okay, well done. Get some ice on that ankle.
Yes, he needs to get some ice on it. 2 torn ligaments. Grant Edwards from Australia, 10 points. Jamie Reeves from England, 9 points. From Sweden, Magnus Samuelsson, 8 points. From the USA, Mark Philippi takes in 4th place. 140 on the log lift at the moment for the big men. Shouldn't be too much trouble. Here's Magnus Samuelsson. Gets it to the shoulders. Up it goes. Up it, oh, nods to the crowd.
Oh, that's easy, isn't it? They love him.
Well, the crowd like the Swede. Now, Torfi Olafsson from Iceland. He eats horse, seal, penguin. He eats wild meat. And that's why. Look at the big man stand there like a colossus. Throws it down at 140 and says, what about that? The kid can't believe it.
He was stunned, I think.
Jamie Reeves now, 160. The Englishman has lifted 185. Up it goes, yes, 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 yes. Oh, goes red in the face. And why wouldn't you? 160 on that log.
That's his pommy suntan.
Mark Philippi, very strong across the shoulders. Those legs work. There he goes, 160. They're taking it to each other. They're taking it to each other. 165 now. Jamie Reeves, remember, he has left 185.
Yeah, he has, but he's not so well, not going so well today. It's a bit slippery.
It's too slippery underfoot, and you can see now he starts to get the stagger, the wobble, the weight wobble. There he goes, the pom. Look at the strain, the pain on the face. No! Drops it over his head. Almost had it. Almost had it. Torfi Olafsson now from Iceland, to the big Iceland. Oh, can't get it past the belly. Puts it down. Says to the crowd, can't do it. Now, points have been added after round 1. None managed to lift 165. Shared points, Reeves, Philippi, Edwards, Boyer. That's how they stand. Stay with us. The big man turned it on with the Farmer's Walk and the Hercules Hold coming up next. Welcome back. We're at the Farmer's Walk, one of my favourite events. This is Harry McDonald from Canada. What he's picking up in those cylinders is 100 kilos each. Now, in the old money, that's about 32 stone.
Yeah, it's basically 2 of me in each hand, Dad, so that's fairly considerable. Now, the course is 60 metres. They've got to go downhill, but then they've got to go uphill again, and it's very slippery.
Mind you, I wouldn't mind 2 of you in each hand. That'd be okay. Struggling now is Harry, but as you can see, very powerfully built in the legs, the Canadian, trying to hold them at equal balance. So going round the corners is the hardest part. Now he starts to head up the hill. Now you can see the pain take over. You can see the arms are really starting to shake. Let's have a look. His time is going to be a good one. I think 30.7 is a good time for Harry McDonald, a Canadian. That ankle you see belongs to the Australian Grant Edwards. Torn ligaments, very heavily strapped.
Yeah, the big danger for him, Daz, is going to be on the corners where it's very muddy and slippery.
Really looking good though. He's concentrating, and that's what it's about now. Turning the corners is the hardest. But see now, see the cylinder starting to move, Kimmy. That's going to cost him.
Exactly, and when they cross it, just makes it impossible for them to walk. They've really got to keep them straight.
Here's the corner that Kim talked about as he starts to go uphill. Again, he gets out of shape, getting out of shape at a good time. Coming home well. Have a look at this. The big Australian. Oh, no. Oh, no. Maybe that ankle did go.
You okay, Grant?
That's all right. Just doing my impersonation of duck diving.
Oh, it was a very good one at that. Was that in your tactics, was it? Just try to slide in?
No, it's just get the things down as fast as possible.
Well, thank goodness he's okay. Whew, the big man, Torfi Olafsson from Iceland now. Up he goes. I can't believe he's died. He eats horses and penguins and seals and whales. I think I can see a whale moving around there.
It's jiggling around a bit, isn't it, Des?
Look at him hold them out, though. So strong, the big man.
Yeah, see, if he can hold them out wide, which he can because he's so strong, it doesn't matter if they cross.
28.8 is the time from Grant Edwards. Now he has a look at the course, holding them way out by his side. Home he comes. Crowd gets behind him. This is going to be a good time. 28.28. Is he going to do it? He done it. And just casually drops him down. 28.6.
Set.
Magnus Samuelsson. He's got to be 28.6. Geez, an athlete, this fella. Here he goes now. I mean, so hard. Remember what he's carrying, 100 kilos each hand, and you've got to try and keep it balanced. This ground, he's gone wide, trying to find some from better ground, some firmer ground. Now the pain. Look at the strain on the face as he brings him home now. We're talking 32 stone of the old weight. Down they go, 24.9. Oh, he's so strong.
You made it look easy.
The problem in downhill is balancing it. Weight is no problem, distance no problem. You just need to get it right. Because if it starts to force you forward in downhill, it's easy to
go over.
Yeah.
Okay, we're leading so far. Good luck.
Thank you.
He's polite, but he's good. Mark Philippi now, currently running second in the competition behind the Englishman Jamie Reeves. 24.9 is the time to beat. Now, he's a lot closer to the ground, but he gets out of shape with the two-cylinder staying to face themselves. Look at the legs on this guy. Are they huge or are they huge?
Oh, he nearly lost it then. He crossed that right one over.
Mark Philippi, as I said, the strength conditioner, Nevada University. He knows about body weight. He knows about balance. He's coming home now, but he's not going to do it. Not going to do it, I don't think. I know he hasn't done it. So Mark Philippi, he's failed on this one. Yes! Oh, yes! The big Fijian. Derek Boyer, that's his war cry, the island war cry. It means power! Whew. Giving it back to him. Well, he's still looking to beat Magnus Samuelsson's time, the Swede, at 24.9.
Yeah, he's really quick too, so I think he might put in a good time here.
24.9 the time to beat as we count him down. Look at, half a stumble. That's the loose ground, Kim.
Yeah, and when he comes around this corner here, if he's smart, he'll go a bit wide because you can see in there it's a bit chopped up.
He really has done a great job, though. They've all done a great job under these conditions. Remember, we've had inches of rain here in Sydney. Down it goes, 26.5, no good. Current leader now. This man, always got a joke to tell you. But I tell you, when he starts, nothing's a joke. He's full on. Was the world's best, #1. Has won so many things in England. He's an absolute legend. Look at him move now. Have a look at the palm. We talk about his attitude. He's got it cranked up to the red limiter.
He's all chest and head, really. There's no neck.
He hasn't got a neck. You're exactly right. He's trying to beat 24.9. Set by Samuelsson, the Swede. Here he comes, bringing it home the palm. Down he goes. He's done it.
Congratulations, #1.
Only just, I think.
By a couple of hundredths of a second.
I were a very quick time by Magnus, so I know I'd have to be pretty quick. A few slips and scrapes along the way, but we got there.
Well, he did get there too. Jamie Reeves at 28. Now, these points are being accumulated as the events go on. Mark Philippi is running second. Derek Boyer is third. Australia's Grant Edwards sitting in fourth.
And another Australian, David Huxley. This is the Hercules hold, Darryl. It's just torturous.
Well, myth has it that this originated back in the days of Hercules, where two horses were trying to pull you apart.
Oh, can you imagine that? Can you imagine how painful this is?
140 kilos each barrel. Think about that. 48 seconds was the time David Huxley set last year. That's the record. There's the hand grip. Each of these chains have been lengthened to the right, correct position for each arm. Now, you watch the head start to shake. The chest feels like it's going to tear apart. This can be very dangerous if you hang too long.
That's right. They've got to keep breathing, though. If they hold their breath, they just lose all their strength.
Getting up around the good time now. Remember, 48 seconds from David Huxley. Now he starts to go red. There's the strain. There's the pain. Drops it, but better his own time. 48.3. What an effort from the Australian. David Huxley, the crowd love it. Mark Philippi from the United States, shorter arms. Those chains have had to be adjusted again.
They have. They measure every single person when they come up and they adjust them accordingly. He took a great deal of trouble getting his hands in place.
Well, of course, these jacks here, you can see the jacks are there. Once he takes the weight, the jacks are dropped, and those 140-kilo barrels are in his control only. Now he's bent over a little bit. Look at the size of the legs and look at the arms. Behind the shades, we can't see the eyes. Crowd urge the American on. 24, 25, 26, a long way to go.
Yeah, different position there. Seems to be working for him. It looks strong. Oh, the head's shaking, though.
Well, you can imagine what's going on now. You see the body starting to shake now because the weight now is inside the brain. He's trying to shut it out. Will he get past David Huxley's time? Look at him start to vibrate. Oh, this is painful to watch. He's done it. He's done it. He's into the 50s. Oh, boy. Now, that's the best ever time for this event. Wow, what a performance. Garth Bostock from New Zealand. We haven't seen much of him in this competition so far. Probably the smallest man in the build, but a former rugby player, raw bone and very mentally tough. You saw him nod to take the weight.
That's right. He's actually put on a lot of weight this year too. He competed last year and he's put on a stack of weight.
Well, he's look at that. I mean, his body is beautifully positioned. He's a tall guy, and you can see now he's got the eyes shut as he tries to shut down the pain. Remember, the first 20 to 25 seconds is really just to get the body and the head in tune. But look at the way he's positioned, standing there like a colossus. He's as straight as an arrow.
Oh, he is, but you can just imagine his shoulders and arms are being ripped out of those sockets.
Now, Grant Edwards holds the record at 56.3 for this, the Australian. But look at Garth Bostock from New Zealand. He's used to throwing sheep around, and he doesn't throw them singularly. He throws them by the mob.
Come on,
now he goes. Now he goes. 54, 55. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's a new world record. 56.4. A new world record here at the Sydney Show, and he loves it.
Fantastic. A bit of ice on the hands there straight away.
Well, that bumps him up the leaderboard. It's Philippi, Reeves, Edwards, Samuelsson, Boyer. That's how they stand at the moment. What a fantastic competition. Hey, coming up, more huff and puff and more muscle and hustle from the big man.
Welcome back to the Weet-Bix World Series Strongman Challenge. Now, this next event is called the barrel load. Pretty simple event. There are 6 of these barrels, each weigh 80 kilograms. The guys have got to pick them up, run towards the platform and stand them up. If they fall over, they've got to pick them up again. Now, it's at a really critical stage of the competition, so every point counts.
Sure does, Kim, and of course if they drop that barrel they get penalised to second. Now leading the competition, this man Mark Philippi from the United States comes in here 4 points ahead of Jamie Reeves from Great Britain. Now Jamie's opted to leave this event out of his repertoire. They can compete in 10 of the 11. They can drop one event. For a big man, watch him move across the ground. That shortness probably helps him pick it up, but it really makes it tough for the drop-off.
It does. You can see his experience as a gridiron player. He's so quick across the ground, Daz.
Here he comes, strength conditioner, calling on everything he knows now. Oh, just gets it on the back of the truck. Doesn't drop it over. Remember, if it falls over, he loses a second. Here he goes now, coming up for a good time, I would think. 41 seconds, and he's gone. He has just run out of petrol. Garth Bostock from New Zealand. He's a farm boy, be used to doing this sort of work. Very tall, though. The pick up for him. He has to bend and stoop. Nice, though. But see how he took his time that time.
He's not got good shoes here, Daz, and he's had a few little sort of subtle slips along there.
Well, that sawdust to be getting very slippery, I think. Kimmy, you're down there. You can see it. It's probably underfoot. Very, very slippery.
Yeah, I nearly came a cropper before, actually.
So Garth Bostock from New Zealand has a time to beat of 41 seconds. Been going very well in this competition. Rawbone very strong and very determined. Up he goes onto the truck. Still keeps it up. Look at the face now. Last one.
He's slowing up a bit.
Slowing up, but he gets it there at 45-1. Not good enough. Derek Boyer now. He's wearing football shoes. I think, Kim, can you see?
Yeah, they are.
Are they football shoes?
Yep, they're footy boots. He finds they're giving him a bit more traction here, and he's really enjoying it.
Yeah, well, that might be a good move too. And have a look at the way he goes across the ground. Halfway there, he grimaces with pain as he lifts it up onto the truck now. The arms on this guy, absolutely enormous.
Imagine seeing him in an All Blacks team.
Would scare you. Imagine seeing him do a haka. You'd run the other way. Last one now. Not a bad... No, he's still got 2 to go. 2 to go. Starts to slow now. You can see the weight getting to him. He's actually hugging that barrel into his chest. Not the way to do it. Bad pickup. Now look at the face. Up it goes. 43-2. Not bad, but not good enough. Not good enough. Well, a big Swede be good enough. Magnus Samuelsson sits in 4th place now. The time to beat 41, set by the American Mark Philippi. Watch this bloke. He's a dead-set athlete. Watch him run. Watch him pick it up. Look at the hand just sitting under the lip there.
The big difference with Magnus is he's so fast across the ground, much quicker than the other guys.
Can cover some ground, and he is a farm boy at home. He does this from 5 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. His wife, as a matter of fact, is a blacksmith. Can you imagine that? What a double. Magnus Samuelsson now. He needs a good time, and this looks like a good time. Took his time to get it up there. Last one. Up it goes. Now he goes. The crowd gets behind him. He's going to throw it down. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That'll move him into 2nd place. 40.1. What a time. What a time. Oh, they love him. They love him. And so do we, let me tell you, because that win, the first of the competition for Magnus, takes him into 2nd place. Philippi, Samuelsson, Boyer, 1, 2 and 3. Hand over hand. Kim, how does that work?
Yeah, Daz, I really like this event. It's a bit of a bludge, actually. They get to sit down and all they have to do is pull the rope. At the other end, though, there is a truck that weighs 2.5 tons up there. So they've got to keep pulling it, and basically the person who pulls it towards them the fastest wins. In all honesty, it should be Magnus's event, the big Swede. He cleaned them up last year, so watch out for him.
Well, watch out for this fellow, Grant Edwards from Australia, 2.5 tons he's got. Remember, he pulled that steam train, 201 ton, 36.8 metres. Have a look at this, the big man. There's that ankle. He's held up. He's very brave, showing a lot of determination. Almost to the end of it for Grant Edwards now. 2.5 ton, he pulls in, works off the bags, gives himself some support. Over the line it goes, 24.6. Oh, the big federal cop. How tough is he? Garth Bostock next, the New Zealander. And he gets up. Now watch him take the weight here. He'll just throw himself back. He's nodded. There's the clock starts now. He throws himself back. Tries to get the grip. It's all about not letting the rope go.
Yeah, Daz, they're talking about that. They're saying that it's getting away from them a bit, and you've really got to be conscious of hanging onto the rope and getting through it.
Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. They tell the story for Garth Bostock now. Rips and tears and pulls. And huffs and puffs the big man from New Zealand. Pulling it in now. Have a look at his time. Yes, yes. 24-3. 24-3. Well, fastest so far for Garth Bostock from New Zealand. Acknowledges the crowd. They like him. So do the visitors. This man a visitor, Jamie Reeves. Geez, a competitive man, this bloke. Down he goes, takes the strain. Have a look at the speed he's already got. Wait till you see him start to pick up. The blood vessels start to move now. Look at how quick he's going. Gimme, he's flying down there.
I know, you get a real sense of the speed that this truck is being pulled when you're down here.
Look at the face, look at the colour of him as he starts to pull it in. He's almost there. Oh, what about the time? 22.6, you never write the pom off. Never write him off. Up he gets like it's only a walk in the park. Magnus Samuelsson Well, can he do it? Jamie Reeves has thrown out the challenge. The time to beat, 22.6. Here he goes, Samuelsson. Oh, look at this. He's just fired. Hand over hand over hand over hand. And look at the shoulders work now as he pumps his way through. He's not only going to beat the time, he's going to annihilate it. 18.6. Oh, the Swede gets up. Look at the size of him, says to the pom, you weren't good enough. You weren't good enough. You weren't good enough, Jamie Reeves. The crowd love him too.
Well, Magnus, you told me this event was yours.
Yeah, but I like it much, much heavier if I can choose. But
You want it heavier?
I like everything really heavy. That's what we used to in Europe.
Wow, he wanted heavier. Well, Mark Philippi still leads with 49 from Magnus Samuelsson, who just won there on 44, creeping up. Jamie Reeves disappointed back in third. Coming up, another real backbreaker when we take on the wheelbarrow.
Welcome back to the Weet-Bix World Series Strongman Challenge. What a competition so far. Kim Watkins with the details of our next event.
Well, Des, this is probably the easiest of the events. All the guys have to do is flip this 300 kilogram tyre 6 times down the hill, and the guy who does it in the fastest time wins. I think I'd better get out.
I think you better get out too. If you're talking about being easy, wow, you're getting a bit cocky down there, Kimmy, let me tell you. Mark Philippi out now, first of the 6 flips. Here we go. Look at him now. This tyre, 300 kilo. Have a listen when it hits the ground. Sounds like Jurassic Park. Over he goes, huffs it now, gets underneath it. 6 times he has to flip it. Last one coming up, struggles now, pushes and heaves, and there it goes at 20.3. Current leader of the competition, Mark Philippi, United States. Well, he set a standard. Jamie Reeves now sits in 3rd place, has to beat 20.3. Looks like he's struggling.
You should hear the grunting coming from down here, Daz.
You can actually feel the ground starting to move from where I'm sitting. Have a bang, have a listen to that sawdust flying and that hill trying to keep it straight and get the grip.
Yeah, I think it's actually getting caught on his belt there a little bit.
Well, does it do it? 24.2, not good enough. From England! From England, he says. Yes, he says. He likes it. The crowd likes it.
From England.
Oh, not quite fast enough, Jamie.
I gave him the best shot. That was a real quick time from Mark, so it's just important to try and stay with the leaders. That's what I'm trying to do.
So is this man, Magnus Samuelsson, of course, the leader at the moment. Mark Philippi from the US of A. Samuelsson now. He's been finding form in the latter part of the day with the events. As the day wears on, he seems to be getting stronger.
He is. He's using his knees a bit in this one. You watch when it lifts, he's using one of them to kick it up a bit.
Well, he's got the height, Kim. That's the difference. He's got the height. Once he can get it off the deck, he's got plenty of height to work with.
The guys keep complaining. The big guys say that they should be shorter, and the shorter guys want to be taller.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, the tall man's got it, waves the finger round, 20.7. Yes, he says. Mark Philippi still leads with 59. Magnus Samuelsson, 53. Jamie Reeves, 45. He is staying in touch. Next event should suit Samuelsson. It's a wheelbarrow, Kim.
Yeah, Darryl, but this isn't your average garden variety wheelbarrow. This is a monster. It weighs 750 kilograms or 3/4 of a tonne, and the guys are going to pick it up and sprint, believe it or not, 20 metres to the end of the line, and they should do it in about 10 seconds flat.
Well, maybe in good conditions, but they've had to change the course because it slopes away, trying to keep this thing upright. Here we go. Jamie Reeves, he needs to pick up some points. He now pushes, takes a different line, keeps it straight, looks good. Will he get to the 10 seconds? He's going very close. Oh, and he blew up again and loves it. Oh, he's flying. He's very happy, Big Jamie. He's a jumbo at the moment. He's in taxi mode, back into the hangar.
Sorry, Daz, I couldn't get him.
I don't think anyone will get him for a while. Harry McDonald now from Canada. The timber man, the timber cutter. Here he goes, keeping a straight line now. Look at the arms on him. He's used to swinging an axe. Now he's got the wheelbarrow, and the straight starts to tell down and goes not bad. 10.5, but the referee, hang on, referee tells me it was 10.56. So Torfi now. Torfi goes, look at the size of this man. He gets a bit of a wobble up. He gets a bit of a wobble up. Oh, best time though, Torfi. Oh, best time, referee says. Oh, he likes that. Derek Boyer. The Fijian now living in Australia. Huffs and puffs and pushes and grinds his way down. Look at the strain. Look at the face. Oh, loses it over near the crowd there, Kimmy.
Yeah, luckily I'm on the other side though, Daz. I'm safe.
Plenty of nodding going on as we get through this one. Magnus Samuelsson now. Can he keep winning? Can he keep winning? Look at him. He got a little bit sideways there. Now he straightens it up. I tell you what, he'll not only win it, he'll blitz it again. Wow, 9.54. How good is this bloke? Now, Mark Philippi elected not to go into that event. This could cost him dearly. Up goes the arm, the salute. He knows how good he's going, and that's the reason why. Hits the front now with 63 from Philippi. Didn't start at 59. Jamie Reeves, 52. Grant Edwards hanging in there at 42. Hey, it's not over yet. The carry and drag. And we're not talking about the dress variety. Stay with us. Well, welcome back. What about this? Is a sparkle-arkle day. The sun's out. The event so far, fantastic. Another one coming your way. Here's Kim Watkins with all the details.
Well, Daz, this is the Roosevelt Stone. This event is actually adapted from an Icelandic legend, and what they have to do is the competitors have to lift it up. It weighs 160 kilos and carry it around a triangular course that measures about 35 metres. Now, there are two very real dangers in this event. One is because of the weight, that they'll drop it on their feet and crack their toes and break their feet. And the other one is if they trip backwards, it can land on top of them and crush them. So they've got to be really careful.
Yeah, Kimmy, you have to be careful on that Roosevelt Stone. What a great legend, you know. Here's the Icelander coming out. It's a 500-year-old legend. A farmer, they used to say, if you paid him a visit, he'd give you a stone to carry to the front door. If you failed, his wife would come out and show you how to do it.
Daz, I don't know whether you can see from up there, but on the front of that stone you can see it says Bundanoon Sandstone. It's actually from Bundanoon in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales.
Yeah, got it. Torfi Olafsson now, the Icelander with a legend. Here he goes. Look at the size of this guy. I reckon he'd carry it to Darling Harbour, wouldn't he? Not a problem. Puts it down. Oh, 20.5. He likes that one. The crowd liked that one. From South Africa, Mark Robinson hasn't been up in the forefront of this competition, but pretty confident he can handle this. Look at this. He can't even see where he's going. He wants some peepholes in here.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a wobbly boot on there too. He's all over the place.
South African built pretty close to the ground. Massive arms on him though. Now he gets a little look as he goes round the corner. Starts to get the stumbles. Whoa, he's not going to get the time, I don't think. But what a brave effort from the South African. Mark Robinson gets there, drops at 22.6. 22.6 from South Africa. From New Zealand now, Garth Bostock. 22.6 is the time he has taken on. Have a look at the speed. Garth's come out of the blocks like a sprint.
He is sprinting, but he's really untidy though, Daz.
I tell you what, he might be untidy, but look at the way he's going. Oh, a hole, he stumbled. Can he hold it up? No. Falls down, oh, Garth. Whoa, it was such a good time to there, but he went down a little hole and lost his footing. That was the problem. Watch this. He comes down and drops it there. Whoa. Kimmy's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. I wanted to have a chat with him, but he's so cranky because he was going so well and he just messed it up.
Revved up as Derek Boyer, the Fijian, now lives in Albury. I guess he would have practiced on coconut trees, but look at the size of the rock here. And look at the pace he's going to. Comes round the corner. He's got the wobbles up, but he's still very, very strong in the legs. Now the heat won't worry him. It hasn't worried him. Look at the size of the arms on him. This is going to be a great time. Yes, it is. Oh, the Fijian Australian, 18.4. And gets him into fourth place. Now, remember, Samuelsson, Philippi stood down out of that event. That's bumped Reeves up on 59. Whoa, interesting competition. Hey, Kimmy, what's up next?
Now, this is the carry and drag, and the idea is to carry this 200-kilogram Bundanoon sandstone by these handles, sort of between your legs, 20 metres this way. Now, as you can see, the sun's come out again, and it's getting really steamy, so that's going to trouble, I think, probably the Northern Europeans the most. When they get there, they've got to then drag this 200-kilogram anchor all the way back again.
What about this? These events just get tougher and tougher. Well, he won last time out carrying, and this time it's a carry and a drag. These stones very heavy. Now, what you don't want to do is get it to swing from side to side. That's how Grant Edwards injured his ankle at Darling Harbour just some weeks prior to this competition. Now, look at this anchor. It's full of lead. Back he comes, Derek Boyer now. Oh, boy, have a look at the strength. He looks behind him, looks back again. How far has he got to go? And puts his leg over. Well, I'm not sure that's legal. I'll get it clarified. But he just got the leg over the line. His time, incidentally, was 23.9, and the referee says, yes, that's okay. Well, Kimmy, tactics on now.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll notice with Derek that he was on the high side of the slope, which is smarter because there's less sawdust there.
Yes, they can lay out, you're exactly right. Where that anchor is there, they can lay it out where they want. Now, Jamie has decided to put it onto the lower side, already gathering a lot of sawdust. Jamie Reeves puts the sunglasses out. He's a palm. He can't stand the sun. Look at the sawdust building up now, and look how it's slowed him down. This might cost him where he's placed it. Feet over, 29 for Jamie Reeves.
Yeah, they've noticed that now. They're all moving into the right position, Daz.
Set. Mark Philippi. Now, his legs are a lot shorter. Look at the arms on him. Are they huge or are they huge?
And they're pumped right up. You should be here.
Look at the size of those arms as he picks up. And notice he's gone to the high side, Kev.
Yep, exactly. He's been very smart and cleverly positioned that.
Well, let's have a look at the time. 23.9, 29. He needs a better time. Now he goes, looking and gets the feet. 25 and a stumble, and he's okay, I would think. Well, Mark Philippi.
Listen, you're only a few points behind Magnus. Are you confident still?
It's getting tougher and tougher. Running out of events. So, we'll see. See what happens.
Thank you.
Doesn't say a lot, but he does it really when he starts to work. Magnus Samuelsson now. What an event for him, because look at the height of the man. He's almost got a bend in the middle of the back to carry the stone.
Yeah, he does, and as he's doing it, his eyes are nearly popping out of his head too.
Well, he's been amazing in the last part of this competition. Listen to the crowd urge the sweet on. Look at the face and the pain that starts to ride on him. Have a look at him squashing himself up. He's got the reach if he can do it. He does it. 22.6. Samuelsson, 22.6. Oh, he says, did I get it? Did I get it? He did. Magnus Samuelsson, 73 points, leads Mark Philippi on 67. Jamie Reeves still in third, then Derek Boyer back in fourth spot. Well, don't you go away, because the final event is up next, and I tell you, it's a two-man war between the Swede and the American. And that's the trophy they're competing for, the World Series Strongman Challenge. The Bundanoon Stones are there. Kim, the final shootout.
Well, Daz, it's called a multi-event because, quite simply, there are several parts to it. The first part, the guys have got to lift these bags up one at a time. They weigh 85 kilos each. They had to make a ruling that you could only carry one at a time because one of the guys wanted to put one under each arm, strangely enough. They've got to throw them on there. Then all they've got to do is push this van over the finish line there. But before that happens, they've got to pick up this 300-kilogram tyre, flip it out of the way, and then they've got to go around to the back of the truck and actually push it across the line. They were complaining that it wasn't quite heavy enough, so we've whacked our cameraman Timmy up there to make it a bit heavier. Good on you, Timmy. And that's it. Basically, the guy who gets through in the fastest time wins.
I liked a bit about putting one sack under each arm. Look at the arms. He wouldn't have any trouble doing that. Mark Philippi. Now, Mark can win this if Samuelsson finishes worse than fifth, but remember, they're all carrying injuries. Anything's possible. Here we go. Time is running for the American now. Flicks the bag like it doesn't mean a thing. Oh, look at the space. A little stumble there.
The guys who are quick across the ground are really at an advantage here.
And this man is very quick across the ground, no doubt about that. And look at the arms on him now. This is a good time. He knows he has to do it. Now he's almost pushing. Oh, look, shoved now. The van. Here he goes. And he really gets those big legs to start to pump, and over it goes. 29.8. Is it good enough? Is it good enough? I'm not sure. He's exhausted. Absolutely exhausted.
Tell you what, you've come awfully close in a whole heap of events, so it's nice for you to nail a time like this.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit too late, but it feels good.
Well, he gave 110%. Derek Boyer now, 29.8 the time to beat. There goes the first sack. Now, he hurt his arm a little earlier today in the bicep. That's why he's heavily strapped around the elbows. Already you can see he's struggling just the way he's holding the bail, but this will hurt him. This will hurt him. But yes, there it is. There's the twinge of pain. Now can he make it up with a push? The big Fijian now starts to get it pumping. Look at the size of the legs now. Now he works it. Now he brings it home. Have a look at the time. I don't think it'll be good enough, though. I'm not sure it's good enough. 32.2, no, but a big, brave effort. He was running wounded that time round. He's pretty happy, though. Oh, he lets it all go. Garth Bostock now, he's the smallest guy. He's hung around in 4th and 5th position for most of this competition. When I say small guy, let me tell you, when you stand beside him, he's a veritable giant.
Yeah, he's really thick in the shoulders, but he's been complaining all the way through that he loses out with his legs. They're just not big enough.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they're good enough. Now he gets the tighter flip. He did this well before. You can see they're all getting very tired. Now can his legs do it? You see, he's basically a rugby union build. I mean, he's big and strong, but the other guys have got such enormous thighs. Now he starts to huff. You can see the ground there, Kim. It's really getting compressed.
Yeah, look, he's done a time of 31.8. It's a great time, but unfortunately he's still 2 seconds slower than the American.
Yeah, well, here we go. Listen to what's being said. The referee laying down the rule here. Now, Magnus Samuelsson needs to finish in the top 5. The time he's chasing, 29.8. He can win this if he finishes in the top 5. There's the first of the sacks. This guy is so quick across the ground. Up they go. But you can see he's starting to struggle. He is carrying some injury. Will it let him down onto the tyre flip?
Yeah, he's good with his tyre flip. He should get it up. Yep, no troubles there.
Now the split from my watch up here, he's slightly quicker, but now he's dragging a little bit behind. So that injury may be starting to tell. The clock starts to tick down now for Samuelsson. I think it'll be good enough, though.
30.8, that second Daz, but it's good enough to win overall. Congratulations, Magnus. How do you feel?
Very relieved and very happy. Thank you.
For the first couple of events, you were sort of coming in second, and you were getting very frustrated with that.
Yeah. But same, I was a little bit rusty from all winter training, so I took a few events to get started, but then it felt really good afterwards.
Well, why wouldn't he feel good? He's the new champion. Magnus Samuelsson with 82 points from Mark Philippi on 77. Jamie Reeves hung in there for 3rd on 71. Derek Boyer up in the 4th, 64.5. Garth Bostock, a great performance with 54 points, no doubt about that. There he is, the 1998 Strongman champion, being presented by John Davey, the General Manager, Sales and Marketing from Sanitarium. A worthy champion, no doubt about that, the big Swede. He'll be back. We hope you've enjoyed the competition. It's been fantastic. My thanks to Kim Watkins, all the crew here at 9 Sports. We'll see you next time round.
This has been a presentation of Nine's Wide World of Sports.